Check this out. Hello. What's up? What's up? It's my nice little spot here. This is not a major road, but that over there is. And it doesn't look like this has been too heavily traveled recently, within the past couple of hours. I do think somebody's been coming here for Christmas trees, as you can see. And there's some debris in the road, which is Christmas tree material. So I think we'll be nice and quiet here for the night. Yeah, so that road forks off to the main side road thing, the dirt road, and then off there to another campground. And I'm here. That is a cool mushroom. Look at that. Really cool. I am not going to touch that, but I am going to appreciate it from a distance. Oh boy. You want to slide back, don't you? Excuse me while I put a jacket on. It's actually quite chilly out here. Alright, so we're going to camp today. And got my coffee cup ready for tomorrow morning. And my light, which is lovely and bright. And then somewhere over there I have my propane heater. And we got our bed, currently with a nonstick on top of it. I got my drawer done. I have a little handle on the back of it now, which does not get hit whenever you shut the door. So yeah, let's get started cooking, huh? It's not raining like the last time I was out here, so we shouldn't have a problem with like grease spattering everywhere. Yeah, so here's the plan. I have with me burger meat, which is somewhere in here, which I've already seasoned at home. I have, ooh, that's a nasty smell. Oh, that smells not great. Anyway, got us some cheese, some onions, and some bacon. And I decided when I was at home that 3 slices was way too much bacon. And so I brought 3 slices of bacon already chopped up. And so we're gonna make us, oh, and then the bread. We have a lovely, like, giant hot dog bun. I guess they call them a sub roll. It's just white bread, but like a hot dog bun. So we're gonna try this. So I think that the first thing that I should do is make the bacon, because that's going to provide grease. So why don't we get some bacon started? And I can snack on that while the burger meat's cooking, since there's too much. Close that because it stinks. You know what I didn't bring? I didn't bring any utensils. That could be a problem. I guess it's time to check my... Do I have any? I might have some in the glove box. Well, many Actually, I think a couple years ago, I threw some coffee stirrers and plastic knives, forks, and spoons into my Suburban. I have knives left and coffee stirrers, so we're going to use that. Alright, we're going to cook this a bit and then we'll be back. Once this is like pretty cooked, I'm going to throw the onions in here so that they can kind of like boil down to nothing. Alright, I think this is the perfect opportunity to add the onions. If the bag will cooperate. Which it won't. Yeah, that'll do nicely. We got this on low heat, and we'll just let it kind of chill. Okay, let's go check on the bacon and the onions. I had to take a restroom break, so yeah, because there's, I mean, plenty of places out here to do that, and it's nice and private. So let's have a look-see, shall we? Oh yeah, turning out pretty good. Why am I doing this? Why am I cooking the onions to nothing? Because I don't like my onions like... Imagine if you had a fruit gusher, but instead of the gusher part inside, it was a hot Cheeto, and it was crunchy. That's what onions are to me. I don't like that. And people always say, oh, well, if you cut them small, I'll cut them small for you, and then you won't have the texture. They never do. They always cut them the same damn size, and they're gross, and I hate them. But if I do it my way, then I don't hate them. Alright, now that that's done, I put them on a plate. We're gonna get this guy started back up. Save a little bit of grease. And we're gonna do our bread. I can't tell if that is a cow mooing or if it's a guy in a diesel truck coming this way. But I don't really care. So let's get our bacon, grease, and onions kind of even. Like that. Now, there is a Christmas parade slash like tree lighting ceremony in the town that's just up the mountain here. It's might be nice to go to that. We might try to go to that. And then we can come back here and kind of set up camp for the night. I can't tell if this is a good smell or not. I guess it's because I'm like out here in the wilderness where the smells are different, but this smells like disgusting feet to me. But I'm also in the forest where there's nice fresh air, so who knows. Nice and toasty. And we're reusing the bacon grease so that we don't have to, you know, throw it out. Which wouldn't be a big sin, but I mean, I'd prefer not to. I also forgot to bring butter, so that's kind of my excuse. Anyway, now the burger meat. So this is salt, pepper, garlic powder, and I put a few little dashes of W sauce in it, so we'll see how that tastes. Keep your trash in a bag. Where's my knife? Man, oh man. Let me tell you, with that W sauce in there, this smells heavenly. Oh boy. If this tastes half as good as it smells, I'm in for a treat. Alright, I'll let you cook a bit. Oh shit. I got mayonnaise. Because I like mayonnaise on my burgers. Oh yeah. And I'm paranoid, so I check periodically for wildlife. Bears, mountain lions, whatever. I don't know, man. I've been watching too much Instagram lately. Or you Gen Z kids might say TikTok. I don't do TikTok. Alright, that looks done. That's still warm. So we're going to kill that. And give us some mayo. And then, you know what? I should zoom in on this, huh? Alright, we're gonna have some of our burger meat. Or, yeah, some of it. And then, I'm gonna skip the cheese on this one. But we're gonna do our bacon. An onion mixture. I'm going to put a little bit of the extra onions on there. I think that's about it. I use all the burger meat and all the bacon. You know what? I'm going to put the cheese on there. Put the cheese on there, put it in here, eat the leftover stuff. I'll put a plate over it, not that one. We'll put the stack of plates over it. Let the cheese melt, and we'll come back for a close-up, huh? Alright, heat's off. That's what we got here. Bacon, burger, and cheese. It's not melted all the way, but that's alright. It's kind of cold out here, and I don't want to burn up my plates. But I am pretty happy with that, so let's eat it, huh? We just had the first person of the day come by. Yeah, there's a road right there. But it's going to be a lot better than when I camped the first time in this thing. So let's have a bite, huh? Mmm. I love that crunch. I'd say that's pretty good. I think lesson for next time. I didn't use enough salt on the meat. And I would add salt, but I forgot to bring all of my spices because I was busy building this bed box thing. So, bring my spices next time, but also add more salt. I think maybe a little more of the W sauce. And I think if I added mushrooms to this, it would be fantastic. But otherwise, oh, and melt the cheese too. You gotta melt that cheese all the way. Maybe some Cheese Whiz, that would do. I mean, it's more liquid than sliced cheese. It's just, that's all I had. But yeah, that's pretty damn good. I like the crispiness on the bread. That's a really nice touch. I just wish it was more salty, but there's nothing I can do at all to fix that. So I also think it'd be easier to do this like in a house or something, because you can more easily control like your stove at home than one of these butane camping stoves. And I don't think that the propane ones are much better. So I can't set the heat really, you know, low as I would like to make the bacon more chewy, because it's pretty crispy. But overall, I would rate this like a solid... If it was more salty, I would say a solid 8.5 out of 10. As it is now, I would say like a 7 out of 10. Oops! Don't waste your crumbs either. This is not taking as long as I thought either. I figured I would have an hour and a half or 2 hours to cook and eat. But I think it's been about 15 minutes, if I'm being honest. While I'm finishing this sandwich up, it's getting really cold and I need to warm my hands up. So I'm going to get my propane heater started here next to me. You're supposed to hold it for 30 seconds. So hopefully that'll start to warm up a little bit. The further I get into this sandwich, the more I like it. Like, it just keeps getting better and better. So I might have to bump this up to an 8 of 10 out of how it is right now. Minimum 7.5. And if it was saltier, easily a 9. Easily. So, I don't know what the hell you would call this, but you should try making this. That's pretty good. So remember, salt and pepper, like extra salt, if you're going to be using a big bread like this. I thought the bacon would contribute to the saltiness a lot, but it really doesn't. So salt and pepper and some garlic powder on the meat. And then with the W sauce for the single patty that I did here, I did 1, 2, 3 shakes. Real small. I think I'd do 4 in the future. And then I would bring my condiments, so I could have added pepper to the bacon, because that would have been, And honestly, I think I would put more onions, too. The flavor is fantastic. I love onion flavor. Hate the texture. And people are always like, oh, you know, it's not that bad. Or, you know, they dismiss you. Or they say, okay, I'll make sure there's none of that texture. And they make you food, and it's the same damn thing. Because they put big old chunks of onions in it. And they say, well, it's been softened. Softened and properly cooked when it comes to onions, not the same thing. Like, not at all. If it's properly cooked, you don't have the texture at all. And it takes somebody who hates the texture to make onions that don't have the texture, apparently. Because I don't know what these people like chewing on cockroaches or what, that they love that texture in onions. But this heater's going well. I'm getting nice and toasty over here. Done. Amazing. Solid 8. Solid 8 by the end of that. It's, whoops. Nice and cool now. Unlock the butane. I don't know what that noise was. And I've mostly cleaned up my pan. If your nonstick does not clean up pretty easily with just a paper towel, then it's kind of ruined. And I'm obviously parked on a slant here. I'm also kind of upset because I shut the door and the carpet caught some of this and kind of like, you know, did that. It tore some of the stuff off here. So I might just end up printing one of my own pictures on here and epoxying it to it. The knife that I didn't end up using. And our cutting board, which we didn't end up using. Yeah. There are also a lot of people coming out here for Christmas trees right now. It's 4:15. We can make that. They're coming out here for Christmas trees because they're $10 or $15 for a permit to come and cut one of your own down. And before you get up in arms about, oh, save the forests, they are. That's why they allow Christmas tree permits, because these forests get pretty overpopulated, which becomes pretty dangerous, especially in dry seasons. Same thing with hunting, by the way. People like to go, you're going and killing a deer, and, you know, like, that's the end of the world. Like, you realize if nobody shot any deer at all, or elk, or anything, they would overpopulate and starve to death. So how do you like that? Would you rather them starve to death, or would you rather them be well fed for a few years until someone shoots them? You know, and then the rest of the population, the majority of the population, by the way, can flourish. Okay, well, I think that, hello, Burb. I think that we've been hanging around long enough. We're getting kind of close to when we have to leave for that tree lighting / parade thing. And I normally don't go to events like this, but I want to be more sociable. And it could be fun. They're going to have hot chocolate, which I can't drink. So, yeah, let's head out, shall we?
Christmas.
So yeah, that was pretty fun. I enjoyed that. I was kind of off in the shadows somewhere recording a lot of that. But I really enjoyed the old CJ or Willis Jeep thing that you saw with the lights running around. And I enjoyed that really old fire truck, you know, the GMC. That was really neat. I've driven back out to the spot that I was at, and nobody's here. And nobody was at the last 3 spots either. So it should be a nice, quiet night. I have been out here for about 30 minutes so far, and there's not been one car go by. So this is going to be a lot more of a peaceful night's sleep than the last one. I did forget a pillow, like an idiot, but I have this thick jacket. And so I'm just going to turn it inside out and ball it up and use that as a pillow. I've got my heater going here. This thing is a lifesaver. It is so nice in here, and it is so cold outside. But my camera battery is about to die, so I need to put it on the charger. So that is all. I'm going to go to bed. Good night. Right, it is quite early in the morning. I was smarter than last time, and I've already had my breakfast and my coffee. So I sound a lot less dead this time when I woke up. That was a decent night's sleep, actually, with a propane heater. And I think I give my seal of approval to that RV mattress and the box bed thing. I finished up the other 2 drawers. All I need to do is put some trim around them because they stick out a little bit, and do handles on them. But I think that's about all for this. I'm kind of cold, so I'm going to warm up a little bit with the propane heater before I head out. So if you liked this video, I'm sure there's going to be more in the future because I actually enjoyed this a lot. So stay tuned. Otherwise, you be good while I'm gone, and I'll see you next time. Have a good week.